Hi Scorpio, I'm Heather Dawn and I'm here for your tarot reading for the summer solstice of June 20th, 2025. This will span for the next 3 months. I am in Nashville. We begin summer on June 20th and this reading will carry on through the next 3 months up until the autumnal equinox on September 22nd. I will still do monthly readings, but this is going to be your June reading focused around summer solstice. The longest day of the year where the light is at its brightest. Okay, we have some cards coming out. And this, the sun is high in the sky. It's the longest day of the year. The truth is illuminated. So what truth is coming out for you over the next 3 months? And what is what are the messages? We have Judgment and we have the Eight of Wands, and they just fell out of the deck. So there is a very profound message that will change your life, or you will give it and it will change the course of your life. You say something, you declare something, or something comes in and declares it to you. This is a profound moment. It involves communication, it involves action. It is a culmination point of something that you hold very dear and are, have a lot of passion about. This, the Eight of Wands is often my card of technology, social media, just text messages, phone calls, online dating. It's anything that are in those realms, but also just any way of back and forth communication. It could be a face-to-face sit-down conversation that happens, but with the Judgment card, it is speaking your truth, or someone speaks their truth to you that literally changes the course of direction in a completely different way. The Judgment card is the card for resurrection, rebirth, new life, and it happens from one breath to the next. It's like something is said that changes everything. That's very profound, but that's the message here. And you saw as I was shuffling here, these cards just popped right out and they came out together. So let's get one more card in this deck. What else do we have? This one. Ace of Swords. That is truth, my friend. And you are holding the sword. That is truth, a truth of a new beginning. This is like, I don't know, you are someone deeply personal to you. I feel like it's you. You are, this could go a lot of different ways, and I'll pull other cards to clarify, but this is you speaking your truth. It could have to do with a message that comes into you, and you hold up the sword of truth, and you have a really strong boundary, and it's a big, the Ace of Swords is often a big fat no card, and not no in a disempowering way, but it's you standing your ground in your boundaries of like, no, this is my sword, thou shalt not pass. And it could be, now that, this could be someone else doing this to you, or speaking this truth to you, and you are just like someone. If it involves someone else, I'm really getting, I'm not getting like a no, I'm getting more of like, yes, this is my truth. I want this, I want you, this is how I feel. And because it's a sword, it's like, there's certainty here. It can feel really sharp. It can feel, to me, it feels more like surprise. Like you almost gave up on this, or you weren't really expecting it, or it could be like a message. I don't know. It could be a message coming in that doesn't feel good at first, or not what you expected. Or it could be a good message, but it comes in as a complete surprise. And kind of like you had given up on this, like I just said. But, or if you're the one holding the sword, this is you speaking your truth, that in a way that just completely gives rebirth to a situation, like in a second. The Judgment card is in the twinkling of an eye, everything changes, right? It's like you don't even have time to breathe. It just, everything is different. Well, that's big energy. So let's see what else we have here. I expect nothing less from you, Scorpio. Scorpio is intense. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I love Scorpio energy. I'm Capricorn sun, but Scorpio, they don't mess around. And especially, you know, I think about the sword, and I think about communication, and I think about the, oh, we got the chariot on the bottom. Hold on. But I think about Scorpio. Like, if Scorpio is holding a sword, there's a reason. Like, they, if Scorpio ever feels betrayed, or like, they can put up with a lot, and they internalize a lot for sure. But there will come a point where Scorpio is like, oh hell no, we are not doing this anymore. Absolutely not. We're not doing this anymore. And I'm standing my ground, and I'm saying no. So that could be what's happening for you. Now with the Judgment card, we have the Chariot. That's full steam. Again, that just amps up the intensity of the Judgment card for me. It's like, yes, everything changes surprisingly fast. Surprisingly fast. And it all happens because of a message you receive, an offer you receive, a declaration that you give or receive, something so important, and just, it's all about your personal truth. I mean, it could be someone else's personal truth, but the thing about the Ace of Swords is, like, it is a one person situation, whether that's just you or just the person that's delivering the message. Let's just say, because this is your reading, although I'm curious to see what comes out with the Ace of Swords, like, this is you, and you are declaring your truth. Like, you get to call the shots here. Now with the Chariot and the Judgment card, like, I mean, that just doubles the effect of everything happening and changing, like at like light, like the speed of light. The speed of light. It's not only does it change, but it immediately takes off. It's kind of like, and I don't mean this in a negative way at all, but it feels like, because the Chariot is always a positive card, but it just feels like you like, your truth or someone else's truth, it just like drops a match, and then all of a sudden the whole field just goes up in flames. Like, you know, that does sound negative, but, you know, let's look at it as a positive thing of just like something is ignited, and it just like takes off in such a way that you would never have anticipated it would just go that fast. What do we have with the Eight of Wands? The Strength card. Ooh, I love this. I love this because it tells me that whatever form of communication this is, it is all for a positive result. This is just affirming to me that whatever this is not negative. There is a sharpness to it because of the sword, but this puts you in your strength, or it puts a situation into the strength position. This could have some direct relation to last year, 2024, because the Strength card was my card for last year. It could also have a connection to Leo season, which we will be in shortly. But more than that, this is like, the Strength card, she's this beautiful woman, just nurturing this lion, and it's a lion, it's a lion, it's a gold lion. It's, lions can be ferocious, but she has tamed the lion with her gentleness. So there's something about, I love this because it's like, whatever this message is, if you are speaking your truth, you are doing it in a very gentle way. And it is for your betterment. It is for your strength. It could have taken a while to get you here. And the receiver of the message, it may feel different. It may feel sharp. But this is you being in your power. Absolutely. What do we have for the Ace of Swords? I'm curious. Well, this not changes. It really clarifies for me. The Devil. Well. This to me feels like you are finally I would say over the next 3 months, you are finally finding the power within yourself, the strength within yourself to say no, to say no, to finally cut yourself free, to set a very strong boundary, and to initiate a new beginning with the Ace of Swords to something that is very toxic in your life. Yeah. When you find the strength to do that, and you will, and you're going to do it with gentleness, and you're going to do it with kindness, and you've been working on this for a long time, because this is an 8. It's not, it's, by the time you get to the 10, it's like, we're like, the 8 is communicating and on taking the action, and it involves other people. And then the 9 is like, okay, it's time to like do the work of packing everything up, and saying my goodbyes, and doing all the work to get myself out of here. And the 10, when you get to the 10, that's when you are moving. That's when you're doing it. That's when you're taking everything to Goodwill that you don't want, and you're taking stuff to the burn pile. I call it my sacred fire ceremony card, because it's like you're finally at the end of just like burning something away that you've worked really hard at, but it's been exhausting. So yeah, I would say by the end of 3 months, you are in a power position finally of knowing your strength, and you have the courage, the strength to finally cut something off that's very toxic. The devil is, this could be a toxic work environment. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be an addiction. It could be negative thinking. It could be someone in your life that is just not healthy for you. It's something that you feel bondage with. Like you are, it could be codependency. It can be anxiety. It could be just something that has been such a huge block to you moving forward in your life. And moving forward in your life, you will, because we have the Chariot and the Judgment card. And when you finally do this, it's going to surprise you. It's going to surprise other people. It's going to be such a big deal. With the Judgment and the Chariot, it's such a big deal. And by you doing this, you will create a completely new life. Like instantaneously, you will create a brand new life for yourself. Things will start changing from one breath to the next. You will feel reborn. You will be resurrected, and you will have a new life. Wow. All right. That's promising. I think the next 3 months you're going to be building up the strength. I think at the center of your reading here, we have the 8 of Wands and the Strength card. So there could already be communication with this, or with people about this, maybe not directly to whatever the devil entails, but you are communicating about it. You are finding ways to like bounce the idea off of other people. But the moment that you actually hold up your sword of truth and cut the devil, whatever the devil is, out of your life, that's when everything changes for you. Yeah. Communicating with people who you trust and love during the process of building up your strength is very important. All right. Your shadow card. And the shadow card is like, what is the deep healing work that you are doing in the process of this? We have the King of Cups. That is being the king of your self-love domain. That is the highest that the cups will go. It starts at the Ace, goes to the 10, Page, Knight, Queen, King. You are sitting on your throne as the divine masculine. Even if you're a feminine, this is you taking power and action. It's like it's in the physical realms. The Queen is in the emotional realms. The King is in the physical realms. You are taking physical action, cutting something out of your life that is the hugest gift of self-love to you, self-compassion. Something tells me that you have known that you need to do this for a really long time. And with the devil, when the devil shows up, it's like, if the devil is in a situation, let's just say it's a work situation, and it's like, this work is not only exhausting, it's time consuming. It probably requires you to work way over what you anticipated. You could work with really toxic people. You could work in a really emotionally draining situation. You might not be even getting paid what you're worth. And even actually the other message is like, you are getting paid. You're getting paid a lot of money. And that's what like keeps you there. The money, instead of like your happiness. And it's like a really, I mean, look at this card. They are just like in hell, pulling their hair out. This is like, if this is a work situation, you like wake up every day and you're just like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. This is interesting because I have a dear friend who's a Scorpio, and she always calls it the Sunday scaries. When, she gets the glorious weekend, and then Sunday night, it's like, oh my God, I have to go to work tomorrow. So she starts getting anxiety. When you feel that much anxiety about your job, that's a pretty clear message that maybe it's not the right place for you. But what I was going to say about the devil, anytime the devil is in a reading, like, it doesn't just go away. Once the devil or the darkness latches on, it just like, it has claws. It's going to like hold on for dear life. And the claws are just going to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's like, it gets to the point where, and I'm not trying to like be negative or scary or anything, but this is something you already know if this is a reading that is like resonating with you. Like, you know that the devil is there. You know that there's something toxic about this situation, no matter what the situation is. Like, you know it's there. The darkness is very obvious. Like, the darkness is always super obvious. You can just read it all over a person, a situation, how it makes you feel. It's like when you're hanging out with a person and after you hang out with them, you're like, I have to go home and take a bath and scrub my body with salt because I feel gross. It's just like people who situations that are not healthy for you. But once you know it's there, it doesn't just go away. It actually just gets harder and harder and more obvious. It just gets more intense as it goes, to the point where like you have to leave. And if you don't, you'll get sick. You'll just continue to feel awful. Like, it's just not a good situation. But all that aside, I do see you choosing finally to leave a situation that is just like, you're making the decision to cut it off, to say goodbye. And when you do that, I mean, it does require a lot of strength from you. Absolutely. Well, when you do that, my friend, like, your life changes overnight. Not just like not just in the physical realms. That's not what I mean. Although your body may suddenly just relax, but it's like your inner world, when you realize that you have finally said, like, let something go that is so toxic to you. And I think it's been around for a long time. Like, when you finally do that, the relief that you feels like the chariot. It's like you get to just like go full speed in a whole new direction. I just got full body chills with that. So this is a huge act of self-love. This is you being in your divine masculine, which is like taking control of your self-care in the most profound way. It's like when you're not the king and you're like the page, the knight, even the queen of cups, you do self-care. Absolutely. And there's a progression there of how much self-care that you're doing. But it's kind of like, oh, I'll take a bath, or I'll meditate, or I'll just like, or maybe I'll go to the gym every day. It's like there are different layers of self-care. But when you get to the King, which is your shadow card, the King of Cups, the King of self-care, that's when you do the biggest thing that you've known you have to do for your own health, for your, like, it's the greatest act of self-love. It's the biggest gift to leave this situation, to speak your truth. Yeah, you're gonna do it. At least the cards are saying, like, the potential is there. So thank you so much for being here. If you ever want a private reading with me, I would absolutely love to do that. I read in person in Nashville, and I read virtually anywhere. And you can book directly through my website, which is listed below. And I love you so much. Happy summer solstice. Happy summer if you are in the summer realms. And yeah, bye.